This is a preview of iDIG movies. This is my first full-blown application that I built off of the iDIG protocol that I've been working on building for the last 2 years as a vibe coder. And I've been using Claude Code and Gemini and ChatGPT to collaborate with on building this over the last couple of years. I have other implementations, other solutions I'm working on around hiring signals and mental health pathways, and a number of things that I believe the iDIG protocol can be used for. But iDIG Movies is the build that is the closest to making it available for public access to test, and so here we are. So this is iDIG Movies. It is a way to use quantum theory, Hilbert space, and vectors to help people resonate with movies. The science behind it and all of that's really not that important. It's just, and I'm not even using Hilbert space for the way that I'm creating the algorithms. It's the idea of the intent that I'm carrying. And what I want to do with iDIG Movies is help find movies that resonate with people in a healthy way, that engages them, that helps them think deeper about content. I plan on doing the same thing for books and episodic TV and comic books in the future for people that are into comic books. But it's a test, really. It's a test of how I could use these Hilbert space vectors to be able to help people find information that interests them in a healthy way. And so you'll see here, I have the conventional searching. It's a really tight search. If you type in the name of the movie, the director, the actor, it'll bring it up. I have 203 films that I just had researched that I felt that would be good to start a test with. Let you know that there's no logins with iDIG Movies, and I plan on not having logins anytime in the near future because I'm very particular, and it's part of the Hilbert space with the healthy engagement with information, is I don't want to survey your information. I don't want to have take your cookies. I don't want to see what you're searching. This is, anytime you interact with iDIG Movies, it's your own experience. Anything that is saved is going to be saved on your device. So you can actually come in here and you can take a movie and you can save the movie and you come back here, it'll organize it for you. You can import or export that, but this is on your local device. It's not in the database. So it's a very thing that's important for me. So that is there, and I can come in here and you can clear that. Now, this is the attractor right over here, the attract and avoid. This is the getting into the Hilbert space a little bit and the vectors. And so a different way for people to be able to discover movies, and this is something I've been theorizing on for probably 20 years and building for the last 2, is it is called the attractor, and you can click on it here. Now this is more of a generic searching Boolean type search with genre. So you can come in here and then you can designate dramas. You'll see that there's 148 films. But then down here, the trails, these are more of the vectors that are actually, what I do is I bring in plot lines from Wikipedia, I parse it out, and then I assign trails. The trails are things that I have researched and decided would be good to put in there to relate to the movie. In the future, I'm going to allow people to create their own trails and collaborate on trails possibly. But these are the trails that I've created. One of my favorite ones is Maverick Against the System. So you can see that Gandhi was quite a maverick against the system. So it pulls these vectors and pulls these associations. So it's a little bit different than a regular filtering. And the whole idea is to empower you as the observer of the movies to be able to reach deep in and understand what the themes of these movies are and interact with them. Now you can come down here and you can pick a mood, and that will then collapse that a little bit further. And then you can actually search by the dates that the movies are made. So, and then you can also search by a location of where the movie is made or has featured. So you can see that, and then what that does is that creates a kind of a sub row here, and this tracks everything, and then you can delete those, and that will automatically revise that. You can come in here. What this does is this helps me because you can rate how well these trails resonate with you as the observer, and then I will take these rankings, weak, close, strong, and help tune the trails better. And I'm going to take that information collectively. It's very important for me is that iDIG movies will work when you find movies that you didn't know to discover. That's the whole idea, is to dig deeper. And DIG stands for Deep Inquiry Generator. So to dig deeper, to find movies that really move you. And it could be just a silly comedy. I mean, I'm not saying that everything has to be drama or psychological. It could be sports. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but whatever it is it something that really moves you? If it makes you laugh, belly laugh, that's the idea, is to really invite you into these experiences. And so you can see that. I can clear that. And then now you come into here and you come into a movie, and this is the movie card. And you'll see here that you can share the film. You can also share a collection. I should tell you that. You can share whatever your revised collection is. You can share that collection with someone else. And so then they can see what trails, and then they can engage with it from there. It's kind of the idea of the Deep Inquiry Generator, is to be able to help these experiences be shared virally. So could Deep Inquiry become viral? That's kind of my premise of why I started building this. So you can see here for the standard, this is the plot line pulled from Wikipedia. Down here, you're going to see the top trails that are weighted for these particular movies. And it explains to you why the trails are. You can see that the LLM is, I use Gemini for this, and it's inferring what these trails mean within the movie. And you can watch this on YouTube. You can find where it is streaming, and I can show you here. I use Just Watch, so you can go there, click on that. You can buy it on Blu-ray. Now here is something, this is a concept I've been working on for a very long time, and I've been writing about it in my essays for probably 15 years. I've been thinking about it for 20. Story pathways, it's ad tuning is what I'm calling it. And what this does is it takes these trails, it takes this native vectors that are inside the plot lines, and it associates books and Blu-ray movies, not just the movie itself, but other movies that would be similar, soundtracks, travel. This one's interesting by the fact that the way that it works is that it takes the plot lines of the movie and puts you into where these characters are engaging with, and then it'll allow you to book a travel experience in those areas. It keeps you into the theme of the movie is what it does. And we have posters, clothing. Here's another one. Might seem a little bit different, but that's what iDIG's all about, and I'm about, is being a little bit different. So you can come here, and this is the idea of to grab the themes from within the movie, whether it's Star Wars or 1917, any kind of movie that you can imagine. The LLMs, and by the way, the LLMs are the AI is not just grabbing information and inferring from it. It's containing these AI LLMs within the vectors of the trails. So it grabs these vectors, and now it's inferring of what item might relate to the movie based off of these vectors, and not just the LLM. I think that's what's different with iDIG, is that I'm building within vectors within these Hilbert spaces, which are healthy engagement. That's what makes this different than anything else, because I care. And then things could be furniture. This is actually, there we go, 1917 World War I movie. It will show you old kerosene. I mean, maybe not everybody is going to engage with it, but we'll see. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm actually looking for feedback on this and how well this relates to you. And my whole idea is to modify this and to make it to where it is effective for people in engaging deeply with movies, especially. So it's something that I'm just releasing as a free demo. It's something I plan on releasing at a wider scale in the future, and possibly work with other collaborators who, if they have film libraries, I could build film libraries for them and share on the ad revenue. And from educational institutions, independent filmmakers, whatever. So that's just give you an idea of the first solution from iDIG, from the iDIG protocol, iDIG movies.